we go. We finally caught up to the pack here. We all coming down to the creek, and now we're looking for a pass. We want to secure top position. He goes to the right, I go to the left. Looking forward, we see a little bottleneck happen. We push all the way up to the left. We think we're Graham Jarvis. We get up here. And at this moment, I knew I f***ed up. We go forward here. We hit the rock. We fall over. We try to pick our bike up as fast as possible. Our entire class starts passing us. We lose our balance. We fall over again. And that is the race for us, folks. Let's back it up and see what happened. Back at the top of the hill here, where it all went wrong. We had great execution at this angle here, except we chose the wrong line. We should have went off to the left and committed to this line, but we got scared of that boulder. So instead, we made a last minute decision, try to get in between the two rocks here, and well, you guys see what happened. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. TORCS round 4, Goertz Ranch, open sea on the line. Let's kill those engines. Today we have 18 racers on the line. Not as much as last race, but still a great turnout for a good race. Open sea, let's get it. Psst. My heart rate, by the way, is like at 300 beats a minute right now. And we're off! Well, they're off! Once again, I can't click a freaking electric start button. It's horrible. Oh my god! We have one guy down. We barely passed him. We start ripping on it. We realized, oh wow, we are way back here. We're about 14th. We gotta get going. Let's get it. Let's make some passes and let's go. With having such a horrible start off the rip, we have to get going before we get in this tight section of woods up here. If not, we're gonna be stuck in a big old bottleneck. So we start ripping on it, try to make some quick passes before we get to the wood section. Getting really close here. We want to make a next pass on a couple people so we don't get stuck in this train. We try to go right here. We try to pass Alex. Ooh, it's just too tight, just too tight. We let him go. Here we go. We now sit in the train and the bottleneck of people through the tight section of woods. Not a great start. Unfortunately, we're about, I don't know, 12th, 13th, 14th position right here, and we are stuck. We're stuck at whoever speed is maintaining the speed. That makes sense. That even makes sense. We're stuck at whoever speed is in #1 position. It's kind of like driving down 290, you know, it's a 65, but everybody kind of holds 70, but you got that one guy doing 60, and then everybody just sits behind him. It's horrible. On the bright side, though, it can decrease my heart rate from 300 beats a minute at the start line to about, 180. Our heart skyrockets at that race start, and man, it just makes me so nervous. I ride like shit for the first lap and a half. So here we go. We're just catching our breath, trying to go easy, watching out for other people's mistakes. Really trying to make some passes, but it's hard all this tight trail. Here we go. We got some lines opening up, right side, left side. I really do not know which line was faster there. I really wish I could see a pro going through that. Not sure which was the fastest line there. It looked like that right line, honestly, was pretty quick. But I always stuck to that left, and I just did that every single lap. We start picking up some flow here, going some downhill. Feels amazing. Get some wind in my face. Not feeling too exhausted. A little uphill. And it's sweet. Goertz is always one of the best properties to race. Amazing layout, and it's different every time. Right about this moment, we're getting kind of tired of sitting in the line because we all should be standing at this moment, even though most of us are sitting down because, like I said, we're stuck in a big line of train and no one can really pass anyone. We're all just kind of riding at one's pace. It gets really unfortunate when you get a horrible start like that because, open sea, huge class of people, everyone's kind of different skill levels, but the top 10 guys are all about the same speed. So if you get stuck with some people in front of you that aren't usually your speed, it's rough. You can't make some passes in the tight single track. You're trying to get by them. They're trying to get by also. You can't really make any passes, and the people that got the great start are just pushing, making time, making time, making time. So after a while riding like this, it gets a little bit annoying trying to make a pass, and you're like, man, I am losing so much time sitting behind these people. But it hasn't opened up. There's nowhere to go. And I mean, we're all riding the same race. He's in my same class. He's trying to get first. I'm trying to get first. We're all riding the same race. He's not going to let me pass. I'm not going to let him pass. Same difference. Really, the best thing to do is just to wait it out, catch your breath, gain some energy, and get ready for that little tiny open section. Stay as close as you can to your guys, but not too close to where if he wipes out, you wipe out right into him, and then make your moment when you can. I do believe I ended up actually revving at Alex here for him to pull over. I'm such a dummy. My adrenaline's going so much in the middle of the race. Here we go, look, I start revving at him. Hey, please! Please, just pull over for me! I only say that because in the tight technical trails, I was a little bit faster than Alex here, but in the wide open section, he was way faster than me. He actually ended up getting 9th place, I ended up getting 8th, and he literally pulled in 1 second behind me. Where I messed up coming up that hill there is I lost distance on him, so as soon as we get into this little bit of open section, I was nowhere near close enough to him to actually make a pass. So then once again, we get back into some more tight area, and well, I'm trying to flow through it super, super quick, which I'm a little bit faster than him on that, but he's way faster on the open section. So once we get back into some tight trail here, I end up getting a little frustrated again. I rev at him, I say, please, brother, let me by.
Hey, please!
So I realized, you know, we're all racing the same race. We gotta pass him legitimately, so let's get it. Got an open section, and it's time to make the pass. No messing around here. Let's commit. Slam on the brakes, hard rider. And through the bridge. Nice little pass there. With that nice pass right there, we're looking for the next opponent, so we start getting on it, and we go as quickly as possible. We can start riding our pace, riding our flow, and catching up some time. Now our main goal of course is to catch up to the next opponent in our class, catch up back to the train that we slowly faded away from, get back up to the top of the group, and try to get in top 3. It does take us a few minutes to actually catch up back to the group here, but we got some nice flow and some nice trail. There's a wonderful layout this time. Our fastest lap ended up being 15 minutes and 25 seconds, which was actually lap 2. By my 3rd lap and 4th lap is where it all went wrong. By lap 3 is where I ended up crashing many times, and lap 4. Also as well, I went down probably about 6 times this entire race, which is unlikely for me. Usually it's about only once or twice. The goal is 0. If you can get 0, you have a solid race. As I start catching up here, getting a little bit closer to the group, I notice there's not much I can do when I do get up here, so I kind of just sit back about 6-7 foot from the next contestant. My main problem is I do this a lot. I really need to get tire to tire and make a small pass where I can, but unfortunately I sit back so far away most of the time. I end up watching the rider ride the rider's pace instead of watching the trail. See right there, I should have went far right and just passed him, but it was unfortunate. First lap around, we all take the right line. I don't care what you say, but this is one of the best creeks to ride in all of Texas. It is so fun. Love the rock garden, love the big boulders. It's amazing. As we get going over this rock here, we get up to the next 2 big boulders. We have 2 guys that go left, 2 of us go to the right. I end up being a little bit quicker than the guy on the left here and cut him right off for another pass. Nice and swift. Of course, as soon as I get a little advantage gain, boom! I just try to mess it up. I almost threw myself right back into the dirt. Come on, man, get your head in the game. To be fair though, during practice, I swear that rock came out of nowhere. I swear it wasn't there during practice. So every time I hit it, it always messed me up. So now we really have no idea what position we're on. We are thinking maybe top 10. We really have no clue. We just know we're way behind in the pack, and we got to keep making passes when we can. Right here, coming to this bridge section, I was going to try to make a pass right here on this guy on the right-hand side, but it was way rockier than I intended. Wow, it was not a smooth line at all. Actually slowed me down a little bit. So we get going up through here. This is one of the favorite parts of the track for me, is the whoop section. All these little natural whoops up here feel amazing. Shout out to Doc at A12 Suspension. It's always pristine when I ride on these. So just right about here, we're about to start the rhythm section. You can see them come out of nowhere. Boom, 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 boom. Nice and smooth. Now, that was very slow, yes. If I was able to hit that in about third gear like I did third and fourth lap, wow, it worked wonderfully. Coming through here, we have caught up to the full group. We're in a little bottleneck, and we know there's 3 or 4 people that we can easily pass if we make the right lines and make the right choices when we get into the open fields. Unfortunately, we didn't really make those right decisions. So once again, I'm leaving a huge gap between me and this next rider, which I don't think is the best case scenario here, because at the same area, I could have had a pass in maybe, if I was right up next to him and just revved it and got a little bit faster than him on the next straightaway. Not too sure. But as we get going through here, little ups and downs, super sick. I try to take a little inside. Still can't get him. Keep all going through here, and the nerves are rising high. I realize, okay, it's a bunch of bikes here. We're about to get to an open section after this uphill. Let's get going. Come on, let's get it. We gotta pass them at some point. Boom! Oh my god. I don't know if you heard my voice, but it went, it knocked the air out of me completely. So as you can tell, you can see what happens when you focus too much on the riders in front of you and not the terrain on the ground. You hear me yelling, come on dude, start yelling at myself here.
Get your head in the game, Ben. Come on.
Come on, man. Get your head in the game. Let's go.
You went down 2 more spots, bro.
Telling myself I cannot go down any more spots. I don't know what I was doing. I kept falling, kept crashing. We just need to get our head in the game and focus. Now the problem with eating it like that, wasn't that bad of a fall. Fell about 15 miles an hour. Hit my ribs. I was okay. But I just wasted so much energy, and now I can barely ride. Here I am trying to flow through the trees.
You are the tree.
And I give myself that advice.
Don't say that. You're the air moving through the trees. That's better.
There we go. I am the air moving through the trees, not I am the tree. So, I was saying that in this section because during practice, I don't know if you noticed that little piece of bark missing off that tree back there, but that was me. I nailed it, about 15 miles an hour, flew over the bars, injured my wrist very badly and my left foot. So this entire race, had an injured wrist, injured foot, but to be honest right here at this point in time, so much adrenaline's going through me, I don't feel it whatsoever, so that's not an excuse to my poor racing. Once we get up here, I realized other people in my class were taking the hard line, which I probably should have done after the pros broke it in during practice. In practice, it's a little steeper than normal. I'm telling myself, come on buddy, let's go. We don't give up. We're catching up. We see someone in our class. We're getting some motivation. We just gotta keep flowing and not fall over again. So after seeing this rider, like I said, it got me hyped because I see my class. Unfortunately, we have a double-decade rider here. He's not even racing the same race as me, but we end up getting past him right here. And we see some bikes up there, and I'm like, oh, that's my class. So now I know, I'm panting, puffing and puffing. You can hear me barely breathe. I'm so exhausted. Look at me. I sound like a freaking dog in summer. But hey, that sounded nice, that two-stroke right there, getting a little rip on it. But yeah, we realized we have a lot of time to make and a lot of room for error. And man, we just have to catch up to the group to try to secure a top position if we want anything to points. So this section here is always so freaking fun. I don't even know what you'd call this, like a creek. I don't even know, but it's amazing. It flows. You basically just ride on the wall. It's so sick. Now, like I talked about in the last video as well, my main problem here is my endurance. I literally can't breathe. I'm barely holding onto the bike. I'm barely moving. I literally just want to pull over, sit down on a bench for about 30 minutes and take a break, drink some water, and just relax. I'm so hot. I'm heated. It doesn't feel good. Also, right here, you saw all those tire tracks on the right hand side of that arrow? Everyone was taking that. I always went to the left. I didn't want to cheat nothing out, but I guess that was allowed. So not only are we completely exhausted, we can't breathe, but we're also at the part of the race where we excel the least. The wide open sections. For whatever reason, I'm not used to widing wide open, and I don't ride much moto. So when I get to a wide open section, I kind of get scared of that high speed. So I end up going kind of slow. Well, slower than normal, slower than most people. Need to stay on the gas for longer, hit the brakes sooner, I guess. I don't know. Make faster turns. We really are just trying not to fall at this point, and we really don't want to make another mistake. As long as we keep going, we know we're not going to lose any places, but we're also not going to gain any places. So at least we're kind of settling for whatever position we're in now, and like I said, I had absolutely no idea. Thankfully though, I know after a couple of these big old wide open straightaway turns, we're really coming near to the finish. But now that I see this huge group to my left, aka my class, I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm still in this. Let's freaking go. Let's make some passes. Let's get it. So really start trying to get on the gas here and trying to catch up to people right before the finish line. Now, after we come across the finish line, we have a bit of section that we actually hit. It actually adds about 30, 40, 50 seconds to your total lap time after that first lap. So coming through here, we are coming through the finish line. There's about 30 or 40 seconds of trail that we hit before we get to the start line where we initially started, which is super sick. And it definitely was a dry, hot day. It was April, and this is the sand section. Super fun. All this is nice, tight trails. So I ended up actually catching up some time in here. Like I said, I excel at the tight little trails. And we look forward here. We see someone that made a pass. Alex fell down. We make a little pass on Alex. And once again, me and Alex going back and forth. Me and him just, man, we just kept eating shit all race. I would see him down in the corner. He would see me down in the corner. I would see him down in the corner. It was unfortunate. We both learned a lot. Coming through this, last 2 or 3 turns before we get to the start line. So this ends that extra 30 or 40 seconds that you guys have after that first lap. So we come down this hill here. We take a little check to the left. That's where the start line was. So here we go. We're going to start ripping it. Hold our hand off the throttle or the clutch for a second to throw some water out our mouth, drink some hydration, and let's go. Lap 2. So now that we made a couple passes, we still see some more riders in front of us that are definitely in our group. Main goal, like always, let's get lap 2 a lot faster than lap 1 is what we like to say. So we want to rip it harder. We kind of know the trail a little bit better. We did ride practice. We rode an extra lap now. So we kind of know the terrain. We're ready to go and we're ready to flow since we're not with a big train of people in front of us. So not even sure if you can tell or notice already from lap 1. But we're standing up here and we're flowing a lot faster through this section than we were on lap 1 when we had a huge train of people and at the start of the race. So what about this time is my favorite because we're able to go as fast as we want because there's nobody in front of us and there's no one stopping us. So for about the next 4 minutes here, we ride our pace, we go as quick as possible, and we try to catch up to our class, but we don't see anybody for the next 4 minutes. So at the 24-minute marker is where we see our next contestant down in the creek section. We follow him for a little bit. He ends up making a mistake, and we finally end up getting a pass around him. And then the next lap around through that same creek section is where the devastating fall happens in the intro. Stay tuned for that. Up that hill was a beautiful execution. It was done quite nicely. I'll let you guys go ahead and listen to the beautiful sound of this 2-stroke motor till about the 24 marker. Get back to you. So I know I said I'd get back to you guys, but here we are still talking. We're just going to talk a little bit about Gil and the TORCS team to help everyone put this together. They always do a fantastic job at all these races. The more people that come out, and you say a thank you to them. It's always a big shout out. I mean, like Goertz Ranch, for example, millions of different lines and different possibilities of races you can have, and every single time they change it, make it different. And Even you hit the same section sometimes, you either hit them in reverse or in a different angle. And it's beautiful. It's always a great time. So shout out to everyone that puts in all the work and effort for these races. This really means a lot. Everybody as well that's been too scared to come out, don't be. Everybody's super friendly, family friendly. It's not like motocross out here where there's a bunch of dickheads and Karens. Everyone's super cool. I mean, we even have people that literally loan bikes to people. I mean, obviously you have to be super cool with someone like that, but man, everyone's super respectful. Everyone's like family out here, and it's a great time at the races. You guys should come on out. Now, before I give you guys about 4 minutes and 22 seconds of silence, I want to go ahead and say if there's a pro rider or a rider out there that does record GoPro content on the daily, you guys please need to do an overview and commentate on your race or practice and explain how to get faster during the ride, if that makes sense. Like as in, you're standing at this section 24/7, or you're always sitting in this turn, or you're always standing in this section, just depending on what it is and where it's at. That would be extremely helpful. See you guys in 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Right as we're into this rock section, we can clearly see how close the next rider is. And man, we need to stay up with him and make a pass on him quick. For a while, we rode by ourselves, made some time, made some pace. We see a rider here. It's always good news. We know we're catching up to the pack if we're catching up to riders. Going through the favorite creek in the world right here, over those rocks, over these rocks here. Hello, how y'all doing? Nice, scrubbed up against that wall. beautiful, beautiful execution. And we start ripping through the creek again. Love it. Ray, see? You see that turn right there? We didn't mess up like last lap. We learned that rock was there. We learned. So right about here, do you guys notice what I do? Because I do. I'm looking forward, I see the rider, and I'm so tired, I look at his pace, and I follow his pace like we're riding a trail together. And I'll stay, like a perfect car, like 6 links behind, and just sit there and follow him like we're doing the speed limit. And I'm not sure why I do that to myself. So right here I realized, why am I doing that? I need to pass this guy. We need to try to make it past the right hand side. Horrible mistake. Oh, he goes way too far left. Not sure what he did down there. And we make the pass on him. So here we go. Through the woods. We hear him right on our tail. But we're coming up to the best section that I love to rip. The rhythm section. Let's see how we do on this. Nobody's in front of us. There should be no excuses. We should be shifting high. We should be ripping this. Come on. Do we hit it good? Oh wow, what am I doing? That was fairly slow. Oh! Oh! There you go. Okay, see, I was going too slow, and I almost crashed because I need to stay higher speed. What was I doing? Well, unfortunately, we went through that a lot slower than I expected, and now we're going really slow here. I hear someone right behind my tail. Oh, we're on it. Oh wow. Yep, somebody's right on our behind, and we are not liking the sound of that. So we're starting to haul here. We hear a big old four-stroke behind us, and we cannot give up. So you guys actually notice, when I ride with myself, I end up getting lazy and forget I'm in a race and start doing practice speed. Oh, he's yelling. He's yelling. He might be in a different class. I forgot who this was. Now, the situation I'm in, trying to catch up to my class, hearing somebody behind me, I'm not gonna let this guy pass. Don't crash on the tree bed. Whew, see, we cleared the tree that time. But yeah, so this guy's right behind me. He's faster than me. I'm gonna just let him try to pass on the right if he is quicker. And let's see. There he goes. Wow! Dude was freaking ripping. I'm not sure who that was. I remember that guy. I literally remember that guy as if it was yesterday, actually. He was flying. I really want to know who that was. That guy was ripping. Look at him. He's way up there. Dude! I literally try to stay up with this guy. I think I struggle so hard to do that. Because I realized, man, if I can keep up with this guy, I'm going to win. Yeah, he's gone. Look at him. He dusted me. Literally, there's dust in the air. Literally, he just passed the other guy up there, too. Wow! That dude was a beast. If anybody knows who that was, please comment down below. Okay, so it looks like his number was 29, by what I can tell from looking at his bike rewinding. But holy shit. I'm looking at the TORCS page. I can't find this man's number anywhere. If anybody knows who that it was and what class that guy was in, because he was freaking quick. Alright, so through the nice high tree area, we go ahead and push through here. Our favorite spot. Whip through little trees. Right here, easy and hard line. We never took the hard line the entire race because in practice, we absolutely ate shit so hard. Our bike flew on top of us, injured my leg, and then I also crashed into a tree and injured my arm. So we didn't even want to try the hard line to ruin our race chances. So we continued on the easy line with these boys, and well, they're in our class too, and we're going to try to make a pass on them. Now, I didn't take the hard line every race, but as you can tell in the intro, I took a different line on the rock garden, lap 3 and lap 4. And I say lap 4 also because, man, I wanted some redemption on that line I took, and then I completely messed it up again. Just actually fell twice in the same spot. It was hilarious. So at least we're getting super excited here because we can see a huge group of people, and they are all of our class. I don't know, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like 5 guys up there. So I'm getting excited. I'm like, man, this must be top 5, top 6 in my class. So looks like I'm actually catching up. I'm excited. We get down to this little section here, which again, it's not a creek, but it's like you can tell water flows through here at some point in time. I guess maybe, but it's super sick because you get to just run up on the walls. It's pretty much like a wall ride, full speed as fast as you can go. And honestly, I go pretty slow through here because it's freaking scary as shit. I don't want to fly off into a tree and kill myself. But once we get out of this tight little turn section, I do end up looking for more passes here. And like I said, people were taking this far right line past this ribbon, and I wasn't even sure if that was allowed, and I believe I didn't take it. I'm pretty sure I took the far left every time, because I was concerned it was cheating. So look, okay, so that guy took the far left. We see all those tire tracks on the far right? Man, I know people were taking that. But it's no big deal. We stayed on the far left. It's starting to get super, super dusty too. And that sucks for me, but that's an amazing thing. The more dust, the more bikes, the more chances we have of passing people. It's always a good sign to see. That's how you know you're catching shit up to the group. At this point in time, I do stay on the gas pretty decently, but I'm exhausted and I am so worn out. I'm just thinking to myself, if I don't get worn out in a 70-minute race and I was able to maintain high stamina and strength through the whole race, man, I would be a beast. Definitely by the end of the year, I would move up to open. So right here, I get on the gas quick, and Mr. Horacio Delgado does take the right-hand side. He sees me coming up and lets me get a pass on him. I read my engine up because I was scared he was going to run into me. I knew that right-hand side was impassable. So we get going through here. Mr. Horacio did get 7th place. I got 8th place, so this is a good sign. I'm up to the pack. But as you can tell, and as you know what time it is, we're getting near the finish line. And after the finish, you know, it's the next lap with the rock garden. And well, you guys know what happened. We literally tried to Graham Jarvis it, send it, and honestly, if we took the right line, like I pointed out in the intro, we would have passed all those people, potentially got first, second, or third off that line. So, we're super excited. We have caught up to the main pack once again. After our 2 falls, we technically won in the race, won in practice. We're injured, we're hurt, we fell once, we caught finally back up to the group. We cannot make another mistake. That is what I'm saying to myself. We have to make an insane pass, make a very good pass on very good people, and do it at the right time. And well, like I said, we tried, but we failed. So I was really hoping I could try to make a pass down in here, where everyone was going just a little slower than I intended, but very tight section here. And then once again, coming up out of those little hills and stuff, I never stayed on his rear tire like he would stay on the other guy's rear tire. So I'd give them room to breathe. Unfortunately, as soon as we get to the open section, they have room to breathe. They get on there a lot quicker than I can. We see 1, 2, 3, 4 racers here. And our concern and our problem is, after every time on the finish line, we always try to drink water. We can't drink any water right here. We're on the gas. We're trying to pin it. We try to squeeze on the right-hand side there. Doesn't allow us to get it. So we're going to try to push left. And wow, he realized we were right on his tail. He starts ripping it. He doesn't want to lose position either. The group is here, and the battle is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like we're in 6th position in the race right now. So, after lap 1, we're in a way better position. You guys remember this first-hand turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in 6th right now instead of about 14th, and we're following the train into the same set of woods as lap 1. Right now, we feel good. We feel good in a position and feel good where we're at. We just have to make the right passes and the right times. I'm not sure if you saw that there. I quickly took a glimpse to my left. There was a cow just sitting there. So, going through here, you can even notice we're going a little bit slower than my last lap around, but we're all going faster than that first lap, definitely. Everyone's trying to make passes, but everybody knows, man, it's almost impossible to pass in this first section of woods they had set up here. I start getting super close to the guy in green right in front of me, and here we go, here we go, here we go, let's make a pass! Oh! Man, we tried to get him. We tried to get him. That was going to be a beautiful pass. He goes to the right, I go to the left. Come on, stay on the gas, stay on the gas. Ah, and once again, I'm still behind him. So here we go, we're about 4 bike lengths behind him now. which leads me to believe that right line was a lot faster than the left since I hit a lot more bumps going up it. But man, that would have been a killer pass if we got him right there on that wood section. That would have been beautiful. So, didn't get that pass. We all come down. We all start going to the downhills and the uphills, and we are getting close to the rock garden. I understand what is needed and what do we have to do here. I have to stay on his tail the entire time and just hope one of these guys makes a mistake and that I don't make a mistake and I can make my passes and get them one by one, because we know there's not much time left in this race. We're about halfway through the race now, and we understand that, look, you only have 35 minutes of this race to excel and make your passes, and it's time to go. So coming up this beautiful uphill right here, we notice the contestant in front of us, which I really want to get his number, just can't read it yet. He keeps stabbing the ground, so we understand he is just as tired as us. We're coming down here through these little trees, and we're trying to make a pass. Man, I wanted to shoot it off to the left there multiple times. I figured that was way too dangerous and didn't know if that was allowed, so never tried it. Then right here, we're right on his tail, getting a little bit annoyed that, you know, we're a lot faster in this section than this guy, because like I said, I excel at the tight little stuff like this. Open sections, I just suck. But here we go. Nice little rock uphill again. Bust a left-hand turn. And we're getting really close to this rock garden now. So right here, I actually do end up grabbing my clutch in and revving my engine. I'm not sure if that was on accident or to like tell this guy like, man, I'm about to go really fast right here and hit your rear tire. I'm not sure what I was up to. But we stayed behind them because, like I said, we started getting to more open section, and man, they dust me. Oh, man. Try to make a little pass here and there. We lost time doing that. It's alright. This section, amazing. See, as everyone stands up, we can flow through here really quickly. But if you're sitting down, you can't suck with the butts very well. And, well, like I said, I'm just sitting behind them, a little annoyed right here. And I can't pass because there's only one way up this hill. So right there, another mistake. I should have been on his behind going up that little uphill, and maybe potentially I could have got a pass on this tiny straightaway, but it would be very, very hard. There's just not enough room in this really tiny roof area right there. So we know where we're coming up to. We're coming up to the big open section, and we're about to cross under the bridge again. So we understand that through these tight little section of woods, we need to get as close as we can to this guy, and then pass him as soon as it opens up. So this guy is actually Corey Folger, and right here he understands the same idea. He tries to get on the gas as well. I end up moving a little bit quicker. I speed, I throw a pass on him, and right here I sneak in on Zach Mulder, 316, boom, right before the right hand, and pass him as well. So we made two passes right there on that straightaway. Very good pass. We only have 3 people left in front of us. I believe we are in 4th place at the moment. So right here, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. We passed the top 2 of the guys, and man, we're in like the top 4. We're freaking out, and we just need to make sure we're not making any mistakes like they are. They're getting super tired as well, but hey, I'm tired as well. We just gotta make sure whenever we can see their mistakes from behind, we save some energy and we can pass them. And now they're gonna see our mistakes from behind, so we can't mess up as well. Well, we ended up doing exactly that. They watched us have a beautiful fall in the rock garden, as you guys can tell from the intro. So, knowing me, typically how I work, man, I'm super excited. My adrenaline's going. I feel like a beast right now. I feel like number 1. I see number 1, and I'm like, dude, you fell like 3 or 4 times. You've caught up to everybody. Man, you gotta make a crazy pass. A crazy pass. And that's exactly what I tried to do. I tried to make a crazy pass, and I didn't commit to it like I should have. If I fully committed to the line I was actually aiming for, it would have been a lot better. But like I said, I got sketched out. I backed off. Ended up falling over. It literally cost me the entire race. Ended up getting 8th position, which only earned me 11 points. Was not what we were hoping for. Now, we are a few turns right before the creek, when we all drop into the creek, and I have the craziest idea in mind. Because during practice, an open B racer was in our practice, aka not allowed, but he took this line in the creek. So as we drop in the creek here, I noticed he starts going to the right. I start going to the left. I look forward. I see a little bottleneck pop on the right. I said, screw it. No one's taking this line. I'm Graham Jarvis, mother. And then I went forward, hit the rock, fell over, completely crashed. Zach's looking at me laughing right there. Corey's looking at me laughing. Everyone in my class is looking at me laughing. They're like, dude, this guy just broke his ribs on that rock. I try to pick up my bike again. I'm falling over. There you go. My boy Alex passes me. Literally all the positions I made. There you go. Horizio passes me. All the positions I made. I have just lost it all. Richard right there passes me. It's over. Here we are trying to get out of there. Barely struggling. We had a couple other people fall out of that. But yeah, that was literally it for me, and I knew it.
Well, I just fucked up the race. That's it.
There he goes, yelling at myself. Look, I just put my tube of water in my mouth. I just want to get hydrated. Look, my hand's not even on the bike. I'm so done. I literally sit here, first gear, second gear, putting along. I was devastated.
One decision.
One decision.
10 places.
10 places.
And I'm so tired.
I'm so
Can't
tired.
right now. Fuck.
Oh man, there goes me cussing. I'm pissed. Yep. I said I can't even ride now, and threw the F-bomb. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Really gave up here. My self-esteem was low. My heart was broken, and I looked like an idiot falling in front of everybody. But we had fun. It was learning. It was a learning experience. We are very upset. I am so mad.
I'm so fucking mad, dude. I'm actually so angry. Finish the race, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry for all those vulgar F-bombs that I have not put, you know,
I'm so tired.
voiceovers over. Because, yeah, we were super heated, and that's going to be a lot of little bleeps and bloops, and I don't have time for all that. But yeah, you can tell that really crushed my feelings. But hey, next lap around, what did I do? Nobody was around me, and I tried that same exact line.
Like I know the race isn't over until it's over, but that was it for good points. That was really it, bro. Ain't no recovering from that shit. Piss as fuck. Cause I don't got the fucking stamina to recover from it. Damn it.
Yeah. I was heated. Sorry for all those F-bombs. But yeah, like I said, next lap around, I ended up trying that same exact line just because I was so defeated and so angry at myself, and ended up falling again. So I really just need to practice those tight technical rock gardens and really get better. Start practicing a lot more in between races and gain more stamina and endurance. And next time looking back, not try to send it over something I'm less capable of. Overall, it was a fantastic race. I got 8th position, like I said. Currently, we are #1 points leader for the year at 60 points. Mr. Horizio Delgado is #2 at 41 points. So looking for a reward to round 5. It's going to be a great time at Shaw's Bend. Never raced there before, so it's going to be legit. You guys enjoy the rest of the race. Hopefully I don't throw any more F-bombs because right now I'm cool and reformed. I think the rest of the race I'll be alright. Anyways, you guys enjoy it. I'm going to turn up the volume now for the bike. Listen to the beautiful two-stroke sound. Hear the end of this race, and you can see me finish. The camera does die 10 minutes early this time. And it dies right before I actually end up passing Alex. I actually end up making a pass on Alex right before the finish line, and he pulls in 1 second behind me. So it was definitely a fantastic race. Shout out to everyone that came. Oh, and I'm screaming. I almost crashed into that tree. All right. You guys have a good one.
cutting across. Let's finish strong, bro. Ryan, don't quit. I'm the fucking win. I wanted to try it. I really wanted to try that, folks. It's okay. Wow. Let's get a breather. Fucking God, bro. Why would you stop in front of me? Fucking retard? Shit. You know, I don't generally call people a retard, but dude, pull to the right before you fucking stop. Like, goddamn. Sorry, God. Ugh. That was ridiculous. arrows. That's a duck. See, look, there's no arrow here on this tree. The race is over. There's another lap. Like I'm beyond tired. This race is it. God. Stay the fuck up. if y'all heard that, but that's my foot. I hope that's okay.